Good morning. Today is a good day. Today is a good day. So, yesterday I was in Tel Aviv with my boys all day, all three of my boys, and we did a fun day. I went and with my youngest son, I went with my youngest son to renew his passport, and then I went with all three of my boys. We went out for lunch and we spent kind of a day in Tel Aviv, which was really fun. Tel Aviv is like the biggest city in Israel, and it's just yeah, it's really busy and bustling and honking, and a lot of it just feels like a lot of noise. It's kind of out of my norm, so I had a lot of fun. Um, and something that I really noticed is that when you come into the now and you just become present, all of the stories fall away. All of the stories fall away, and you just become a perceiver. And when you come into this place of being a perceiver, but it's not only a perceiver, you're in your life. So you are also being a pure expression. There are no faces on top of it. When you come into the present and you are completely present, you are give and take. So you are just in the moment, and everything that naturally comes to you is expressed through you, and um, and you become in awe of everything around you and all the stories in your mind, all of the pain. You know, the pain is within the stories. It's within the how you are translating what it is that you are perceiving. So that's in your mind. But when you are just in perceiving mode, there is no pain. There is no judgment on anything. So I was sitting there, and this girl walks by and she has elf ears on, and she was just so interesting to watch, and she looked perfect with the elf ears on. And then somebody else walked by and he had a snake wrapped around him. Yeah, it's like getting into the big city where all of the everything is just kind of like everybody is in their own expression, and the noise of everything. I kind of feel almost like going into the big city is meditative because you're so stimulated. You know, just being in the streets in the big city, I'm so stimulated that it's kind of like you go into this almost like noise mode. I don't think I would be able to stay there. You know, I don't. I when I'm too long in the city, I feel like "Ugh, I'm overstimulated, and then I feel like I have to like leave. I want to get out of the city. But when I go to for just like visits, it's kind of fun because it kind of gets me out of my regular routine. And so we went and visited my son. My son has an office in Tel Aviv. He does digital marketing, and so he has his own office, and it was really cool. It was the first time I've ever been at his office. So I think that also it gave him an opportunity to show me what he's doing. And he has employees. He's like super smart. And we went to a couple of different shopping centers because we were looking for basketball shoes for my youngest son. So it's like a day that was completely out of the ordinary for me, you know, doing like mainstream things. And then we went and sat at a restaurant on the street, and my boys had burgers and I had the vegan burger thing. And I was just sitting there and just watching, and it was coming into the present. And I was thinking about also how I was coming into the present. And when you're in the present, you are what I was thinking, that there are ways to get to bring yourself into the present. When you start paying attention closely to your surroundings, that means use your focus to bring you into the present. Through appreciation is also a portal. Like if you get into appreciation of something, you get into appreciation of your hand, and you start looking at your hand and noticing everything about your hand, and paying attention to it. it brings you into the now. It brings you out of your mind. So when we start going into these mind bends, we can bring ourselves out through our attention. When we take our attention and put it onto something, of course, we have to be in a place where we can allow ourselves to do that, right? Where we can remember to do that. Because sometimes we get so far in the rabbit hole that we can't even find the end of the thread to grasp onto to pull ourselves out of it. I know how this thing works. Um, so the last couple of days, and what I've realized is that the last couple of days, I didn't have the time to I filmed yesterday. I didn't film really at all. I went, and then after we did all of that, my boys and I went to the stone store to the where, and I got stones for the organites. That's something that I really wanted to do, and I did. And I still have to take them out. I want to put them into glass jars, and I want to put them into the sunlight and also into the moonlight so that they can get some of that energy before I start working with them. But I just chose stones that spoke to me, that I felt like they spoke to me. Um, it's starting to rain, so I'm going to start heading off before it really starts. See where I'm sitting, looking over this valley. I'm going to start heading back. Today is a good day. Today I feel like I'm going to be very productive. The day before yesterday was the Tel Aviv day. So the day before yesterday, I came out, I filmed a short video, which I will upload. I have to edit it because it ended abruptly. And then I went to work at the spring over here next to my house. And like 2 minutes after I got there, my twins showed up, which was really nice. We spent a few hours together. I feel like with him, energetically, like we're drifting. I feel like he is drifting. And in some ways, it's like right now, I feel like, okay, so we're drifting. I don't even want to put any kind of understanding on it. I don't want to put any kind of judgment on it. Because on the one hand, I feel like we're drifting, and I know that if I get into it and start mind spiraling in it, then it's just going to take me to places where I'm holding on even more, and then it's just, but I feel more, it's kind of like energetically, it feels like this, like that's what he is, energetically, the energy that he's sending to me, and I kind of feel like I'm in allowance. I'm kind of going through my own thing now and kind of doing my own inner work and finding my own strengths and kind of coming into my own. I'm working on all sorts of projects and, like my site. And the other day, which was really cool, I set up, I want to start doing like print on demand things that can make me more of like a passive income. And I made like a design of a cup a couple months ago, and yesterday or the day before, a couple of days ago, I got my first sale on that, and that was like really super exciting for me because it shows that it can work. It shows that system can work, that there is, and so that got me excited. And then I want to start seeing how I can put myself into that, like my own self, what I stand for. And it's kind of like, I feel like I am figuring out what my pure essence is and what the message and the gift that I have to give the world is pure and clear, pure and free of his influence almost. He's always influencing me, yeah. But to where I'm not judging it up against what is he going to think or what is he not going to think, or is this in alignment, just being and allowing myself to flow into my natural state of being. And that's kind of what this letting go is allowing me to do. It's less about him and more about me. And then Also wondering what is going to be, what is going to be. It's fruitless. It's fruitless because everything in the physical is pointing towards him, him. See, I don't even know if it's just him. It might be the both of us. It's pointing towards right now. This is not coming together. I have to change. I can't find my recording stick. I'm gonna have to find it. I think I took it with me yesterday. I looked in the car. I couldn't find it, so I'll have to find it. It's like I lost like 3 of those recording sticks in the last 6 months, I think. So I'm kind of in that place right now. I feel a little bit at ease. At the same time, and so yesterday we spent a few hours together, and I always get reflections. Not yesterday, it was the day before yesterday. And then that night, I spent like everything that had happened on our day meeting, like everything that we had talked about. I was processing it because it was all mirrors. It was all mirrors back to me energetically. We watched a video and I got all sorts of messages from it. And just in the, anybody that's on this journey with the twin flame knows exactly what I'm talking about with all of the reflections. It's like all of a sudden there were so many things that hit me. Like when we talk about things in the evening, they'll hit me energetically as to what the real meaning behind it was, like what it means. If he says something to me that seems kind of on the surface like shallow, in the evening I will get the gist of it, what it means energetically. Like if he says something like, I can't even think of an example now, but that night it was like everything was coming into play and I just started crying. But I feel like every time like that, I let go more and more because I see that there is no holding on. The more I try to hold on, it's when I'm trying to hold on to him, it's trying to hold him in place. It's not allowing him to be. And when I try to hold on, it's also holding me in place. More than anything, I mean, that's what in my life, it's holding me in place. Because the more I am anchoring on him, the less I am flowering in my own life. So the less I am thinking about my projects, the less I am, the less I am allowing myself to be myself, because I'm thinking, okay, it's all in comparison to him. Okay, if I do this, then how is that? How is he going to see that? Or is that the right way? Like I start questioning myself when I'm trying to hold on to him. Whereas when I let him go, he doesn't have any kind of power in my decisions. And then I'm just in my own decisions, deciding what I think is right. It's just like these videos. These videos are complete free will and choice, right? I put up everything. I put up like everything that I'm going through. And it's my own judgment. And I feel like in my life, first of all, there are things that I want to achieve. I don't want to just be running around chasing after somebody else and their own life, and their life is interesting and my life becomes about them. I want my life to be about me and my things that I want to achieve and things that I want to do and things that I want to make happen in my life and make my life interesting. My life has always been interesting. I've always done things. I've always had courage. That's something that I've always been, had courage to do things, to make changes, to travel places, to go places on my own, to get excited about things, to do projects, to, make choices. I've always been one to make choices in my own life, and it feels like since I got on this twin flame thing, it's kind of like my choices have been almost dampered, because I have all of a sudden, well, all of a sudden he's in the equation on everything, and I want to like remove that. And then once I remove that, then I know that I'm standing up into my own free will and my own choices, and oh, this journey has made me so strong and so independent, and the understandings that I have now about the universe and how the universe works, and compared to 2 years ago, compared to 10 years ago, I'm unrecognizable to who I was 10 years ago. So I am on my way back. I'm going to go and start this day. What is this video about? I guess coming into the now and becoming yourself and the twin flame journey a little bit, and what were the more realizations that I had when I was with him, so I can try to kind of, I don't know, it was just kind of, it was strange, because as soon as I got there, he showed up like 2 seconds later. Mamash, like 2 minutes later, he showed up. I closed my windows, shut my doors, and then I hear a car, and I look, and it's not like, I wasn't really even surprised that it was him. I really wasn't. I like looked, and it was like, oh yeah, that's him. And then I still had the chasing mode after that. I still had the chasing mode. There were so many things that I saw in the evening that happened between us, that I wasn't standing up in my full self, that I was like in that same mind buzz that I get into when we are together. There's like this mind buzz somehow that I get into. And so I started noticing. I noticed a few things, like that I should have done different. And had I done them differently, things would have been much more let go and easy between us. Like if I had been and not in that mind buzz and just in my pure essence, then that whole day I would have gotten home earlier, because after we met and I didn't feel like coming home. And so I left and I went to the hot springs, which didn't make any sense at all. Really, in my life essence, it didn't make any sense at all, because I was going to Tel Aviv the day after, and I needed to come and fill out forms, and I needed to get everything ready. So everything just kind of went into this mind, like this tornado kind of. And then I got home really late. And was I chasing? Yeah, I was probably chasing. I had that like, it's like on this twin flame journey, sometimes we have this like choser sheket. It means like we have, on the inside we're not quiet. It's like this noise that makes us have to run, or it's like it doesn't allow us just to wait a minute, relax into the moment. So that's where I am now, relaxing into the moment. So today's a good day. It's a rainy day. That kind of sets the tone for this day. I'm going to be sitting at home, I'm going to be working, I'm going to be trying to, I got a whole bunch of boxes out on Sunday. That was another thing. On Sunday, see how in tune we are, him and I. On Sunday, I got some boxes ready, and I went to, was it Sunday or was it Monday? I don't remember. No, it was Sunday. I got some boxes ready, and I went to the post office, and then I went to the hot springs, and then I saw afterwards, when I met my twin, that he had done the exact same thing at the exact same post office and went to the hot springs a couple hours before I did. And so it's like we're always in tune, but it's strange like that. Okay, so I'm going to end this here. Thank you for watching. I have to get some stuff out of my car. Sending you guys so much love. Thank you for watching. I realize that when I disappear for a couple of days, I probably should give some kind of note. I'm doing okay. Thank you. Bye.